Hello there, chat room. How are you guys doing tonight? See a few of you there lurking. Lurk, lurk.
here from Damon. Take our leave and go. May the weatherman come to bring the ship tea and rum. One day when the town is done, we'll take our leave and go. May the weatherman come to bring the sugar and tea and rum. One day when the town is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Hello. Sounds like somebody's in the mood for a little sea shanty this evening.
See? Yep. Anyway. Sorry. Really like that song. It's a very good blend of voices. By the way, are you going to need that floating university tomorrow?
We might get to it.
Okay. No, I just wanted to check because partway done with it, and I was like, I'll better ask just in case.
Yeah. If it's ready, we might need it.
Okay. Now, are you going to need the map part on the inside, the study?
I've got a backup. So I've got a backup
if we get that far.
If we get that far.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not online yet, are we? Meaning we're not live or anything yet.
Oh, that's table talk. Yeah, we're streaming because I was expecting Casca to show up sometime after 7 to get his character going. So he talked with me earlier in the week, so I don't know whether he's going to be able to make it or not.
Okay. I still have to go back and read what was going on in the other chat about role-playing.
Yeah.
It felt very awkward. I'm like, I don't want to keep having to... I don't know what to do. I felt so bad.
Oh, hey.
I'm like, I'm trying, but nobody's responding.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's beside the point. Ah, well. Can only do so much.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Shit. It's been a long week.
Yes.
And the weekends go by too quickly.
Yes. It's been a long 10 or 11 months.
Well, we've started ramping up the vaccinations where I live. Of course, I work for the health department, and it's a little on the crazy side. It really is.
Oh, I'm sure.
My boss finally told me the other day, she's like, I don't really have very many people that I can count on, so I'm going to need you to start coming in the office full time. Thanks. I guess that's a compliment, and yet it's not.
Yeah.
I appreciate that you think that I'm one of the few people that you can trust to get stuff done. But on the other hand, when you put more and more and more stuff on me, it means less and less and less I get done.
Yeah.
Because I'm required or expected to answer the phones and do requisitions and all this other stuff, and I don't have time to do it.
Yeah.
So, oh well. I'll be glad when it's all over, but we're supposed to be like vaccinating up to 6,000 people next week, so it's going to be nuts. We even have the National Guard helping us with like data entry of vaccinations, and because the state didn't get off their butt fast enough to create us like a registration form, you know?
Yeah.
An online system.
And then here
Yeah.
We have the problem of idiots who think that they can come into our state and get vaccinated.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, I did not vote for the current governor, but myself and a lot of other people who didn't vote for him, we like the fact that he's saying, no, you're not a resident. Get your butt out.
Well, and the only
we're like, okay, good.
So the only reason that we're vaccinating, because of course Iowa is right across the river from us, is we have people that work for businesses here in town that are medical specialists and nurses, etc. They have their hands on patients. They have to be up close and personal. We will vaccinate them because their job is here. And so
that's one thing. That's one thing. If you're in Jacksonville and your job is in Jacksonville and you're a Georgia resident, and to me that's a reasonable accommodation to say, okay,
But here's the catcher. So we have a place in town where we're doing our vaccinations. Okay, that's where our clinic staff, our STD clinic staff, are doing this. And apparently word has gotten around. See, right now we're just now opening the level for like massage therapists and chiropractors and stuff like that. So we have set up a sign up form for people that are 65 and older and people with underlying medical conditions. This isn't a registration. This is, give us your information. We will be calling you, mailing you, emailing you, whatever. When things start getting to the point that we're going to start getting people registered. And we have people that are literally going to this location that we're giving shots to medical personnel, and they're lying. They're just walking in and saying, well, I'm a doctor or I'm a nurse or whatever. And we can't discriminate against them by looking at them and going, you look like you just came off the street. So no.
Where's your credentials?
Well, and that technically we can't ask for credentials because we're discriminating against them.
Oh, okay. No, that's nonsense.
I know it is, and they know it is, but we have no legal leg to stand on in that respect. And of course, our health director also doesn't feel that we should, be able to ask those questions. I'm like, so these people are basically stealing vaccination that can go to someone who is actually a caretaker, a nursing home assistant, whatever, that will keep other people from getting it.
Well, they're here. I kind of wish they would provide, and of course I know why they don't do it, because you can't. You can set a schedule, but it's going to take as long as it takes. And with everything being fluid, of not knowing how fast you're going to get all of the supplies and all of the vaccines, you don't really know how fast you can get the distribution done. So I've been going on a couple of times this week. I went on to the state website, and they say, okay, we're in phase 1, and it's phase 1 A, B, C, and D. And that's all they had. That's all the information they have. They don't have anything about the phase 2, phase 3. So it's like, we've got a
projected time frame, but we've put that up there as far as, the different levels and estimated time frame. And the stuff that's just for normal people, normal everyday Joe, et cetera, ad nauseum, they're projecting into July and August. And people are not happy about it. And it's like, look, there's only so much we can do. And there's only so much your doctor and them can do. At some point in time, we will all get vaccinated. But yes, we hate that we can't give everybody a vaccine right now. But we have, I mean, I don't know how many people live in your area, but, you know, we're the largest area in my state and even surrounding area with all the you know, the outlying areas and stuff in our county. And we've got 750,000 people.
Yeah, we may have more. Iowa. I don't know what the total population of Iowa is. It's probably 4 or 5
It's
million.
about 1 million more than Nebraska. So, quarters.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, so you're in Nebraska.
I am in Nebraska. We can spit on Iowa.
What is the population of Nebraska?
Let's take a look here, real quick. What was the 2020 census? And this is like everywhere. 1.934 million in 2019.
Okay.
And then Iowa was 3.155 million. So
okay, in the 7-county area where I live, I think we have more people than the entire population of Iowa. So
yeah, I'm sure. And the thing is, but we're also, you know, we've got a lot of farmland. That's pretty much where our I don't want to say claim to fame is, but that's that's where we're at. And it's very frustrating because our state knew that this was coming down the line for some time. And we're having complications creating a registration database or something that would communicate with our with the Nessus program, which is where you keep track of vaccinations. However, it's just
Oh, right. Well, hey, we have been chatting here, talking about the lovely beginning of the end of the whole.
It's the end of the world. No, I'm just kidding. It's the end of the world as we know it.
The beginning of the end of this pandemic. We have clicked over to 7:30, and welcome everybody. My name is DM Gallibond, and we are here to play a little D&D. We have 3 of our players with us so far.
Doobie-doobie-doo.
Waiting to see if our other 2 will show up. We have another new player who I believe is slated to join us this evening, but on the Roll20 and on the Discord, I am joined currently by Gooney, with Mason, by Amira with Amy, and by Jason. Is it Jason? Yes, with and I forgot to put his name on Conrad. I forgot to share his name with everybody.
Oh no!
So now you can see it's Conrad. All right. So last week, when we left our heroes, they were in the ruins of this here little town, and they had discovered Venom Fang. Venom Fang, the dragon.
My best friend.
And yes, Amira has another new best friend, and she is.
She keeps gathering them to her like chips, you know.
Yes,
I'm a beacon now.
And they came here to try to find Agatha the Banshee. And they first met Venom Fang, had a long conversation with him, found out some information from him that might be useful to them later. But as they were having the conversation with him, they heard a noise over on over on another part of the village, and I'm going to go ahead and ping where that noise was just to refresh our memories. Right over here.
I missed the ping.
Somebody heard a voice saying, "Uh-oh." And
that was me.
So they decided after they talked with the dragon, let's go check that out. So the party is in town with their NPC muscle in Sildar, Albon, and Barker. And so let's go ahead and figure out what we want to do. Did you guys want to investigate the noise that you heard, or did you want to go over to where the dragon indicated you could probably find the banshee, which was over here on the other side of the village? So it's up to you. Noise or banshee?
I would say let's clear out the noise or find out what the noise is first, so we don't have some unexpected thing at our back.
The banshee's already dead. She's not going anywhere. So,
not if she's still there. Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Okay, all right. So then it is over towards the strange noise. All right. Well, tell me what you guys do.
Do creepy. Basically, so is it broad daylight still, or getting dark, or what's things like?
It is afternoon.
Okay. Okay. So I kind of look at Amira and go, shall we, and he kind of makes a motion with his hand, kind of like, go check it out. Mm-hmm. You go this way, I go that way. Basically, he's just kind of doing some hand motion type things, like, let's circle the wagon, so to speak.
Do I know what any of these hand motions mean?
Well, it's pretty easy. It's like I point to me, point one direction, point to you, point another direction, and then make the motion kind of like going around something.
I'm just going to decide what my reaction is based on this. Okay.
Yeah.
We turn around and we kill the dragon. Is that what you're saying?
What?
What are these hand motions?
Mason just like does one of those things with his fist to his forehead, like, oh god. He goes over the door and goes, okay, Your Excellency, let's go to where the voice is, but that way we don't have it running away from us. You go one way, I go another, and is it Jason? Jason, what are you? Who's
Conrad?
Conrad kind of comes up the middle, so that way whatever's there, we can catch him, or at least keep him from escaping.
And Sildar says, "Well, I'll go with you, or I'll go between you and Conrad, and Albon and Barker. I'll have them shadow the Empress, and we will see what becomes of this." So,
yeah, okay.
So Amy has a dual shadow in the form of Albon and Barker. Sildar is going to just try to get himself position himself somewhere between Mason and Conrad when they get into position wherever they want to go. So, Conrad, where would you like to go? Because it's this building right here in front of you that where you guys heard the noise. Jason, if you're trying to talk, we can't hear you. I still can't hear.
Oh, he's typing.
Yeah, I can see him typing something. Well, you just can see the outline of this crumbling building. You can see where there had been some windows, but the shutters are kind of closed and hanging a little bit askew on the windows, but you don't see any movement in that building. There's this pathway that goes by it. Okay, Amy, where would you like to go?
Decisions. I guess I'm gonna go on like this left side over here. Be sneaky.
Okay. You can move on down there, and yeah.
It's not just like one day we're gonna find out Alba and Barker aren't even related, and I've just been calling them the twins for no reason.
Okay. And Mason will go over there, so Sildar will get over here.
Where was Conrad going?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Saw he moved his token a little bit earlier, so I think he's at least able to control his token.
Okay.
He might be having some issues with Discord. But all right. So all right. So Mason, you get there. What are you doing once you get there?
And you said it's over here?
Yeah, this is the building where you heard the noise from.
So I want to use my sneaky, ultra creepy.
Okay.
Try to find a way of getting kind of up there and peek around the edge of the doorway, or if there's a crack in the building or a window, something.
All right.
That way you can take a peek.
All right, we'll do this. I'll grab Conrad. Okay. And for you have an upgraded chance of moving silently. So let's see how well you move silently. Okay. You start trying to creep around and you step on a twig and it goes snap. And then you hear from inside, you hear a breath catch from inside the house. And Amy, you're close enough that you hear that breath catch too. Conrad, you're a little too far away to hear that.
You guys hear me now?
Ah, yes, we can hear you now.
I don't know what I did, but I got it fixed.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, great. So yeah, you're a little too far away to hear that breath catch in the house. But
how tall is this wall?
It's a full-sized wall, and it's got a roof on it. The roof is, it's probably got some tiles missing here and there. It may have some holes in it, but from standing on the ground, the house is more or less.
There's no like windows or anything that.
Yeah, there are windows that have shutters on them. The shutters are closed, but they might be hanging a little bit askew.
Okay. Well, I will continue to try to get up and basically here in front of the doorway as much as I can. Is there a door hanging there? Or?
Actually, when you get around, if you got around about here, you would see that there is not a door. And inside the house, you see a creature. And this creature is a little strange looking thing. All right, so oh, there we go. It's a small, evil, dog-like humanoid that has scaly, rust-brown skin and no hair. And it goes. Ah! Oh! You just walk right in there with it.
No, sorry, I didn't. I like came around the corner. I was trying to increase the size of the picture and wound up going up instead of.
Okay. Go ahead and put your token back. Go ahead and put your token back where you want to be.
Right here in the doorway.
Okay, you're inside the house.
Oh, I am?
At least it looked like you were from.
Yeah, I was right out here.
Okay, yeah, it looked like you were right there next to.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay, that's weird.
Okay, so
yeah, because that's
all right.
the doorway.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
So yeah, it goes and you can hear more noise from inside the house. And
he holds his hands up like, sorry, don't mean you any harm. What's
There are apparently more of these guys in there. And you can see that this guy has, let me see, what is he armed with? He does have a he's got a crude dagger. A rusty dagger in his hand, and you can see there's at least one more, and from the number of voices, probably more of them. And you can hear that they are. You can see that this other one over here, also has a dagger. So both of the ones that you can see, Mason, have daggers.
Okay.
And it's kind of shadowy in there, but you can tell like there's a shaft of sunlight coming through the roof over here, and there's some, from the.
Fortunately, that makes it even darker in there.
Yeah. So, they're pointing daggers at you, and trying to be threatening.
So he kind of makes a motion with his hands, like, I don't have anything in my hands, and then he carefully like reaches into his bag and pulls out a piece of beef jerky and holds it out, like, hungry?
And looks at you and looks at the other.
I take a bite at it. I take a little piece off and eat it. So it's like, what is this?
And then he takes the dagger and he just like points on the ground in front of him with the dagger.
So I kind of toss it in at him.
Okay. And then he still holds the dagger in one hand, and he's looking at you, and he reaches down, and he kind of pads around with his hand until he grabs it, and he picks it up, and then he sniffs at it, and then he turns and and then he goes, and about that time, you see three others of its kind appear, and they all start grabbing to try to get that beef jerky out of the one's hands, and he's like,
so I pull out a couple more small pieces and hey, stop fighting here, I got some more.
And they sort of shrink back when you shout at them.
It's okay. Look, I have more.
And so I
kind of toss one in, but I still keep one. It's like kind of hold it out like, go. I won't hurt you. Come take it.
They each pick up a piece and then one of them looks around and is like, and then one of them reaches out and just slaps the other one, and it kind of like gives him a dope slap, like he either didn't do something or he forgot to do something or something like that.
Gives him a gift slap.
Yeah, and then they look at you and they point at their mouths. And they point at these things that they're eating, and it's jerky, so it's part of what helps it to keep is not only being dried out but also being spiced. And yeah, and so they're pointing, and then they like pantomime like a like something to drink.
So I hold out my wines or my waters, one of my water skins. Here you go. I know it can be a little salty. It's okay.
And one of them looks at it and recognizes, oh, it must be water, and
I'll take a sip of it and then hold it out like, not poison. See, not poison.
Okay. And one of them will reach out a hand, just hold out a hand, like to take it if you want to give it to him.
I'll kind of kind of dangle it out a little farther, like, trying to like hook it over his fingers or something. See, I'm not here to harm it. Can any of you speak common? Can you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm moving Conrad, not the. not the twins.
All right.
Okay, so the twins will kind of go. They realize something is going on. Amy and Conrad, you can hear all of this racket going on now.
I'm just gonna shout from the corner I'm in. Are you still alive? Blink twice if yes.
I'm all right. Just don't. I wouldn't crowd the doorway because don't want to startle the beings inside. He's trying to be polite without, saying these ugly MRFers that are in here. Just the creatures that are inside. So we're working on negotiations here. Just give me a minute.
Let me see. All right, so we didn't do anything for Amy. Let's take a look at. Oh, she didn't do anything either. And we probably didn't do anything with Conrad either. Okay. So that may have been a... I thought we had done... No, we didn't. Okay, so we didn't do that for Theolis either. All right, so that was a mistake on my part.
Dun, dun, dun. Sorry.
Let me double check the rules here on how many languages you guys know. Based on your intelligence score. All right, so yes, you all have because you're all humans, you have common, and each of you has an alignment language. Because in this edition, every alignment has its own language.
Okay. I'm chaotic neutral, so
you would be chaotic.
chaotic. Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't do the whole chaotic neutral, chaotic good.
Yeah, this
I'm
edition
just chaotic.
This edition was so poor they only had 3 alignments. You can be lawful, you can be lawful, you can be neutral, or you can be chaotic. You can't even be good or evil. They were too poor to have a good and evil axis. It's just lawful, right. Neutral, or chaotic.
Chaotic.
So you
Just want to watch the world burn.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I think the rule is that for every plus on your intelligence, you get an extra language. So what is your intelligence bonus, Mason?
1.
1? All right. So let me go take a look at the languages. Yeah, 24, 25, 85, 86. Okay, so 24. Okay. Aha. Okay, there are several common languages. Mason, there are dwarf, gnome, goblin, kobold. I'm going to put these. So common languages. And then there are also elf, gnoll, hobgoblin, and orc. And then let's see, do we have... Oh, those guys don't get extra languages. Okay, interesting. Okay, then we're going to go to... language. Okay, then. Optional rule for languages. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Well, I thought they was going to give me a list of what the languages are on those pages, but do not. So then, what was the last page? 250 something. 258. So that's going to be. Let's go. Aha. Okay. List of common languages. Bugbear, doppelganger, dragon, dwarf, elf, gargoyle, gnome, goblin, gnoll, gnome, goblin, halfling, harpy, hobgoblin, kobold, lizardman, medusa, minotaur, ogre or giant, orc, and pixie. So what we can do is we can either let you choose what languages you would know, or okay. All right. So you can either choose what ones that you would know, or you could we could roll a d20 and figure out what you know. So it's up to you.
Okay, so how many do I get to?
You with a +1, you get one additional language.
So I get common normally, just the normal.
Yeah, you get common. You get your alignment language.
Okay.
And then you get
one extra.
Yeah, you get one extra.
Do I know what my alignment language is?
Yeah, your alignment language would be chaotic.
Okay.
Yes, that was the same thing I said when I.
I'm like, okay, so chaotic creatures or just chaotic?
Yeah, intelligent creatures that are chaotic can speak chaotic, apparently.
Okay.
For intelligent creatures, nice.
Okie dokie.
So let me. I
was gonna say, I try to speak chaotic to these guys real quick just to see, but I don't know what to say. Right.
Okay. And when you speak chaotic, they go, "Oh, you know language." And so I guess actually all their previous gobbledygook, yeah, you would still have sounded
well, unless
like
they were talking in their own language.
Yeah, they were talking in their own language.
So I wouldn't understand it till they spoke chaotic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you speak chaotic and they're like, "Oh, you know language."
Yes, I know language.
We need water, but they're big monster in tower. Eat us if we go out.
So I was kind of like, okay, well, there's my water skin. Drink sparingly, but let's give me a minute. I'll see what we can do to get you out of there. Okay.
Monster usually hunt at night. We go to well at night when monster leave to go hunt.
Well, since we're here and there's enough of us, and we might have a way of getting you out of there without it really noticing, perhaps. So he kind of pokes his head around the corner and goes, "Does anybody have any more of those red cloaks or cloaks in general? I need
still 5.
4. Say what?
I have 5.
Okay. May I borrow 4 for now?
Depends. You still have jerky left.
I got a piece or 2. Want one?
Very much so.
All right. So he fishes out a piece of jerky and kind of like, here.
Thank you. Here you go. Enjoy my jerky.
So can I have the cloaks?
Yeah, here you go. I'm going to hand them to you while I'm eating my jerky.
All right.
I'm very hungry.
Now, these cloaks have hoods, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
They should.
Okay. So then I go, I kind of set them down a little bit, and I hold one up to this creature, and I kind of show the hood and show that it, goes around the shoulders, and I'm like, okay, each one of you put one of these on and pull it across your body, pull the hood up and over your face. And then you'll just go walk about with us until we're out of the area. Okay?
Oh. You mean Monster can't see red?
Well, Monster can see red, but we're covering you up so he can't see that you're what you are. And right now, I guess we have somewhat of a truce. Kind of look at Amy like...
Besties.
We have a what?
Besties.
Okay. Amy, you're chaotic as well? Is that...
It was chaotic neutral, but...
Okay, so you're chaotic. So that would be... Yes, you would have chaotic language as well, so you can understand the conversation that's going on.
I'm trying to pick my languages, but it's so tempting just to pick Medusa, even if we never see one, just because I love Medusa.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was going to say the GM can roll a d20 to see what my other language is. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
since I just can't make up my mind.
I will do that.
Luck of the draw.
For you. 2. So let's see. What was...
Bugbear.
Dude, Bugbear.
Well, you can roll a d20 for me as well.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have 1, Conrad, or 2?
I have a +1.
+1? Okay. So
yep.
We'll go ahead and roll a d20. Oh, you also know Bugbear.
I'm not going to pick Bugbear then. I might as well just go with Medusa because everyone else can speak Bugbear.
Well, yeah, and I think you have like +2 or 3. So you can get another one in addition to Medusa.
I already picked Dragon.
Oh, okay, Dragon. All right, so you can speak Dragon and Medusa, and 2 of them speak Bugbear, and then when Theolis is back with us, we'll find out what he's speaking. And okay, good. All right. So they go, oh, you're friends with Monster, don't?
No, not quite friends. We're more like we agreed to give them some gold, some gold and some other odds and ends, but we didn't know you were here, so that's not part of the deal.
Oh, he take gold from you. Yeah, he greedy Monster. Big.
So
fly away.
If you want to get out of here, put your cloaks on.
Okay, but we live here, and can we keep cloak, or we only use it while we get water and then
well, why would you stay here if you have to hide from this creature?
Because with Monster here, nobody else come here. It's safe as long as we stay away from Monster, and it not good to be outside in bright light. Better to be outside at night. Monster go hunt at night. We stay inside at day. They work out well.
Okay.
Most of the time.
Why don't you move to a different building then?
Why don't you move to a building that's closer to the well?
Well, because other families in other buildings.
There's more of you?
Hold up, I'm going. I'm going to go see.
Yeah, it's a village. Of course there's more of us.
Like how much more? You don't have...
Okay, hang on, Amy. Yeah, Amy. Somebody goes, ah! when you walk in.
Covering themselves up. Oh.
Yeah.
Not before you enter.
Yeah. And goes running over here to the
Okay, so there are more.
Get back.
Yeah.
Get back. So I'm like, well, as far as the cloaks, I don't know. Those actually belong to the lady that was here. You would have to make an arrangement with her if she even is willing to let them go.
They're like smelly, but yeah, they nominate one of them. Let's see, who's it going to be? I think it's going to be Cookby. Cookby gets nominated. They give Cookby a bucket and two old ratty, well-worn but and repeatedly patched water skins and a bucket. And they say, you forgot to fill bucket last time, so you go fill bucket now. And then Cookby points back over to this plinth where the statue has been and says that there's that plinth has a little trap door on it, and if you open the trap door, there's a well below it, and that's where they go get water.
Oh,
so
interesting. Then I ask, so we're actually here looking for a banshee. Have you seen or heard a banshee around here?
Oh, cold lady?
Yeah.
Cold ghost lady?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why we stay this end of village. See, other end, and they point to the west. They point to the west on the map, so they point in. They point down in this direction. Say, at under end of village, which is the same direction that the dragon basically told you.
Okay. Well, just verifying. So I kind of like,
if you lots of you, if you have time, you had time, can you kill spiders?
I kind of look at Amy, look back. Spiders? What spiders?
Yeah. Big spiders.
Where?
Oh, they're over towards south of village.
Okay. How big?
And like they all go and they all huddle together in a corner, and they all get together and they say, big as this, big as all four of us.
How many?
We know it too, but there may be more. I think Monster killed 2 already, but there's still more left. At least 2 more left.
Did the dragon eat them?
No. To refresh you guys' memories, you noticed the corpses of 2 large.
Yes. Okay.
The gotcha. 2 large spiders over here. So the dragon didn't eat them, but apparently because of the damage that the spiders were showing, it looked like the dragon had killed it with its breath weapon. Had killed them with its breath weapon.
Okay. Well, we can try.
Okay. And Cookby says, Cookbee says, "I get water. I not show them where spiders is. You want to?" And points at Tagla and says, "Tagla, you show where spiders are. Not me. I get water." And then Cookbee steps out and looks at Mason and says, "Somebody come with me to get water. And monster won't kill you."
I kind of look, even though Travis isn't here, Theolis is still hanging around, isn't he?
Yeah.
I kind of look over at Theolis and go to the well with him. He'll show you where he needs protection.
Conrad will go with him.
Oh, okay. All right. So he'll go along with, and Theolis will go as well. So they will go on over here to the well. And indeed, Conrad, you see that there's this is a plinth that has the feet of a statue on it. And the rest of the statue is broken and you can't tell where the other pieces are. But right in front of the feet, there's a white painted wood covering, and this creature grabs that covering, pulls it off, and you can see that there's a hole there, and there's a rope that is tied to one of the feet. And so they tie the rope to the bucket and they lower the bucket down, and then they pull the bucket back up and it's full of water. And so then they untie that and they fill the water skins, put the water skins aside, then lower the bucket down and fill the bucket back up again. And then they untie the bucket, close the lid, and then looks like he's ready to go back to the house. So we'll come on back and and we'll go back in and okay, monster didn't kill. And they all go, "Oh, water," and they all grab and drink some water, and the two of them pass the skins around, and then they set the bucket over in the corner.
All right, so the cloaks, what'll you give us for them?
Oh well, we don't have much. They look around between them, and they go back to arguing in their own language again, and they talk, and then some of them shake their heads, and then they talk some more, and after a while, one of them disappears off into a corner somewhere that you guys can't see from where you are, and you hear them rooting around, and they come back, and they have some coins in their hand, and Tagla, the one that has been nominated to take you over to the to show you where the spiders are, Tagla will take the coins in their hand, and will take one hand and put the coins in a fist, and take the other hand and hold the coins out, and you can see that what they're holding in their hands is they're holding 4 copper pieces. And they say, we give you 1 shiny for each cloak. And then he takes his other hand and he opens it, and he's got 4 more copper pieces. Say, and we give you 4 more shinies if you kill spiders. So you get 4 shinies for cloaks, or you get 4 shinies and 4 shinies for cloaks and killing spiders. It's good.
I kind of like motion Amy over and kind of huddle with her a little bit and go, so what do you want to do? They've got like 8 coppers.
They're adorable.
I know they're adorable. Do you want to accept any of it? Let them have it? Have them help us somehow for their payment? What?
You ask them if they know if there's anything else alive or otherwise in the village that we should be aware of, or that they're aware of.
I did not ask that yet.
Or maybe they know of something else in town we could have, and instead of this, or in addition to the shinies.
So I will kind of go back to him and go, so let's ask this. Do you know of anything else in this village that is either alive or stored away? You have no use for it that might be good for trading? And if so, we may be able to come to a agreement depending on what it is you have. Does that sound good? Information for the cloaks instead?
Oh, you mean like the stinky not dead things?
Stinky not dead things.
Yeah.
Explain. What are stinky not dead things?
Well, they kind of look like you, but their skin fall off. And they're not dead.
Okay.
You see their
zombie.
Yeah, you see their bone, you see their rotting, they stinky. They know good to eat.
Do we know what they're talking about?
Make an intelligence check. 15. It sounds like they're talking about some kind of undead. You would guess either skeletons or zombies.
If it still has skin, I say zombie.
Well, did the zombies bother you?
They usually stay inside building. We know which building not to go in. They in there. They not leave building. They just there. Not know why they there.
Okay. Would you be? I kind of look back at the rest of them, kind of like,
I mean, we'll kill something if we have to kill something. Be a fun warm up.
And they say, we know where 2 buildings have stinky not dead things. One is building on the other side of well, and one is building beyond monster on the other side of village.
So I kind of come out and I look at the rest of them and go, possible zombies. We've got location. We know we roughly know which direction the Banshee's in. They've got a couple of spiders in that direction. How much are we wanting to get involved?
I guess it would be smart to take care of the Banshee first, and then or we could. No, I wouldn't gather them all up. Never mind. That'd be a hard fight.
Do the undead not do well in sunlight? I don't know. Sorry.
Well, you guys have someone you might be able to ask about that.
And we turn and look at that person.
I think it's still ours what he's looking at.
Somebody who actually has a class feature that can do something about it.
Oh, wait a minute. Our Conrad. Tell us the secrets.
Conrad.
Conrad, you still with us?
Still here.
Okay. Yeah, so you know as a cleric that you have the ability, and you've been taught in cleric school. You know what different kinds of undead look like. So you know if you saw them, if they're skeletons, you would have a chance of turning them. If they're zombies, you would have a chance of turning them. And if they are ghouls, you would have a chance of turning them. But if there's anything over and above and beyond that, you know that you might not be able to turn them.
And have enough boom. Feeling a little compelled to go, take care of some undead, but the white or the Banshee, would fit that too if we wanted to take care of that first, and then clean up whatever else we felt like in town afterwards.
Okay. I'm game either way.
I mean, the Banshee might be a handful. We don't want to tire ourselves out with other things, and then because we know we have to go talk to her.
And they say, well, we can. Well, okay. If you go to Banshee, we stay here until you come back. We don't mess with Banshee. We're just gonna stay here.
Well,
then
it's like we got nothing better
if you
for
do
it.
something, if you can do something about stinky dead things or about spiders, you come back. Let us know. And if you go talk to Banshee, you may not make it back. So, you have stuff you want us to keep for you? Keep it safe?
I'm about to say the most famous last words ever. I will never die.
I will survive.
They go, oh, okay. For a minute there, they were looking hopeful, like maybe they could talk you into giving them some of your stuff.
Well, I kind of look at him and go, well, if something happens to us, you get to keep the cloaks.
Oh,
not
okay.
bad, huh?
Yeah. Okay. And then they one of them whispers to another one and is whispering in their own language. I was like, and then their eyes go wide and they nod and they smile and they all look at each other and they smile and they go, oh, okay. They say, all right, we you come back, we pay you for cloaks. You You help us with spiders, we pay you for that. And but then we we don't have money to pay for stinky dead things. That's just if you want to. They're stinky.
I kind of look at the rest of the group, kind of like, are we okay with this?
And Sildar says, well, I'm not a fan of the undead, but it's y'all's decision. I think you all are right. We should deal with the Banshee first and then see which way the wind blows, if you will.
I agree. We should definitely just deal with the Banshee first, and then if we're still awake, we'll deal with the other things.
That's fine.
Yeah, that works. All right,
Okay.
so what do we want to do first? Banshee? Go from there?
Yeah. I think what most people have talked about is, yes, dealing with the Banshee. Now the question is, how do you want to get to the Banshee? As you know, it's over on the west side of town.
Okay.
Tell us where the spiders are located.
They kind of made it sound like over here, maybe.
They will point. They will point in this direction.
I mean, it looks like that road or that path's about the only way, unless we cut through the trees and some buildings.
We can't go to this building. I've already been inside of it. I think I scared the inhabitant. But it would be a nice shortcut.
A little area close to Venom Fang.
Venom Thing likes me.
I'm fine with going that center path. I don't have any other suggestions.
Okay. Sildar says, well, shall I take up the lead, Barker, Albon? You form the rear guard? Or does somebody else want to go first?
Go first.
Okay, so Sildar will head off this way. Barker and Albon will get over here. He's going to get up about here and he's going to turn around and see if everybody's going to follow him or not.
Okay.
Mason, Amy?
Yep, sorry, I'm coming.
Okay, so then he will go on over to about here. And these guys will come on along, bringing up the rear.
I can't move Theolis.
Yeah. Theolis, we'll just, for right now, we'll just leave him. We'll just leave him there for right now. Whoops. Dadgummit. We'll leave him there until he can join
In a
us.
little nap in the sun.
Yeah, so Solar gets up about here. Okay.
By now, I've got my bow and arrow out, constantly scanning.
Okay. All right. Conrad, Mason, and Amy, go ahead and give me a I guess a wisdom check. Amy, if you're there, give us a wisdom check.
Oh, what happened?
Give us a wisdom check if you can. Okay, all right. So
Thanks.
two of you notice a movement, and that means that none of you are surprised when something leaps out of this building next to you and leaps out of a tree in front of you. Okay, and okay, yeah, that actually I didn't need to. Whoops. Yeah, so Conrad and Mason, as you get there, a great sticky web shoots out from this building, and a great sticky web shoots out from the building and goes across the two of you, and I need you to make some saves here. And in this edition, what is all right? We're gonna do the spider. I think it's a save against. So spider. All right. And okay. So these are the these spiders are vicious looking arachnids. They're the bodies are 6 feet long.
Crap.
They are very dark, almost black. And you notice on the belly of one, you can see a red hourglass.
Oh, God.
And
You all sound so scared. One thought is, Amy, Queen of Spiders.
Oh, fuck!
And
run away!
Let's see.
Sure we
so the spiders, they have it's the same as the wizard's web spell. So let's take a look at the web spell and see what the I think it's a second level. What is this? Oh. Duh. Not cleric. It's come on, magical spells. First level, second level. Web. Okay. Sticky strands. And then yeah, so make a saving throw against spells. That's what you're making a save throw against.
Against
Conrad and
spells.
Yeah, okay. Good.
Oh, okay.
Good. Excellent. Both of you. Mason, you wind up diving to you dive 5 feet behind and either to the left or to the right of Amy, your choice. And Conrad, you dive 5 feet ahead, right behind Sildar. And you both wind up. Actually, you want to go there, Mason. Yeah. Both wind up being out of the area of the webs. None of the rest of them are
Mason
in
screams
the
like
area.
a little girl.
And we will go ahead and we will have ourselves a little combat here. And I think, Jason, this is the first time you are seeing our combat in this edition of the game. And if you're not familiar with these rules, it's a little bit different. Instead of rolling a d20 for combat, we roll a d6. And instead of every creature rolling, it's each side rolls. And then every round starts with a new initiative roll. So one side can win initiative in one round and lose initiative in the next round and get 2 turns in a row, or vice versa. So I will go ahead and choose Levrix for the spiders, and I'm going to get the spider here, and I'm going to go ahead and I am going to roll initiative for the spider. And so the spiders get a 4. One of you guys can go ahead and roll initiative. And then what we do, Conrad, is every round we just rotate which of the party members rolls initiative. So whoever wants to get us started can start.
Who wants to be judged for our low initiative roll?
Let me give it a try.
All right. 5. Oh,
nice.
Right.
Shall not be judged today.
Mason wins the initiative. So that means that the party will get to go first. So, Mason, what would you like to do?
I would like to shoot an arrow, which I already was hanging on to, into this thing.
Okay.
Okay. Combat. Is this considered short range?
It's within 50 feet for both of them. So yes, it's short range. All right.
So attack.
You hit armor class 0. And can you ping the one that you were okay. This guy. All right. Yes, armor class 0. That will hit for 3 points of damage. And the spider goes, and, yes, hisses at you very much. All right. So, well, actually, I'm sorry.
Eh?
We need to do everything in order. Yeah, I'm not going to take your shot away from you, but
Okay.
Party doesn't need to make morale check. We need to let everybody move who wants to move. So, Amy, Conrad, do either of you want to move? Because remember, everything has to happen on its phase within the party's turn. Because everybody kind of gets to
moving
act.
to the other spider.
Yeah, Sildar is going to draw his sword and move over towards this other spider here.
Is this one still up or no?
Huh?
Is this one still up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm good here. I don't know where Barker and Albon will move, but like.
Okay, so yeah, and Conrad, Mason, and Amy, I believe all three of you should be able to control Sildar, Albon, and Barker. So, in future round,
No, just move them over here. Is that too far?
Okay, no, they can't go through the web.
Oh, okay.
So,
never mind then.
They would have to go around the web, and they
It's
have
way too far of a walk. They'll just stay there.
Yeah. Okay. They can move up to the edge of the web if you want them to be in better position to do something, or you can have them stay there. It's up to you.
Mason, what do you think?
Well, we need to have somebody have our backs. I would say don't move them up too close.
Okay.
So like right about here?
What are their weapons? Do we know what their weapons are? Sorry.
Yes. So,
Battle axe.
Yeah, I believe that they have battle axes.
Okay.
So they are up close and personal.
Okay. So I would almost say send one, be bopping around to the other spider, keep the other one with us so that it's 3-on-3.
Okay. So one can use let's just double check what their movement is. Okay. Because of the armor they are wearing, they have 20 feet of movement in combat. Okay. So one of them could use a full round, which is 60 feet, to go, let's see, that would be 5, 10, or that would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Could get all the way over here with 50 feet. But then they wouldn't be able to attack when the melee comes around. So you can move one of them, either Albon or Barker, over to this space if you want them to, right next to Conrad and Sildar, and then the other one can stay right there with the thief.
I still think it would probably be worth it to have him just do a full round that way.
Okay.
Yeah, even in melee. Huh?
I think it'd be fine if we like moved them if that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So one of you guys can move them over there. And
they're your bodyguards. You choose.
Okay. All right.
There'll only be one A over here, and that's me.
Okay. Barker is there with you. So now, ranged weapons. We know Mason shot. Does anybody else want to make a ranged attack? Barker cannot. Amy, if you're casting a spell, or if you have a spell, you could do that. Or if you wish, you could use your sling.
I actually prepared a proper spell for this.
Okay. All right. So we will not have any more ranged attacks. Now it is time for spells. So we have one spellcaster in the party. So Amy, if you're going to cast Magic Missile. Ooh. Okay. 1d6 plus 1, 5 damage. And it goes boom. And it hits this one. Now, you're focusing on the same one, or were you?
Yep, this one.
Okay, all right. Okay, in this edition, at first, the first time you get magic missile, you get 1 missile, but as you can see, it's a little bit more damage. Is 1d6 plus 1. Then every time she gets to a 5th level, so at 5th level, 10th, 15th, 20th, she gets 2 more magic missiles. So at 5th level, she'll get 3. At 10th level, she'll get 5. At 15th level, she'll get 7. And that's how magic missile gets more powerful as you level up in this edition of the game.
One on which army?
Sorry?
One which army?
Yeah, one which army. All right. And now we finally get to melee. So, Conrad, if you want to take a melee attack, you can. And I need to get, let's see, I need to get Sildar out here. Okay, so armor class 14. Okay, these guys have an armor class that's a little bit better than 14. In this edition, the lower the armor class, the better. So a 14 is kind of like getting a 3 on your 3 or 4 on your attack roll in later editions of the game. So Albon, you guys, I think you guys could attack for them if you want to. So you can attack for Albon and for Sildar.
So he can attack.
Oh, that's right. So you guys can attack for Sildar if you want to. Or if you want me to, I can attack for him. Sildar has his long sword.
You can do it.
Okay, so it's armor class 8. And that's not quite going to hit either. All right. So, the next round comes up, and now we have these spiders. So the spiders, Kaisis over here has been hit. So Kaisis is going to have a little negative on his where did I have my die roller? I've got my die roller out here somewhere. Oh, there it is. He's got a negative on his armor class, or on his initiative, or morale, I should say. Normally he has a certain number. Oh, but he passed, so he's mad enough. He's going to keep fighting, and so that means they will both keep fighting now. And Kazis will move. He'll scuttle across the webs, and he'll go.
Have names. I should be scared.
He'll go right here, and the reason I did that is because
they're my future servants.
Yeah, the API things won't work on this old edition, so I have to make sure that each token is seen as unique by the thing for combat purposes. All right. right. So he's got two choices. Amy, you cast a spell, and Mason, you shot. So I think you did more damage, Amy. So call high or low.
Hello. I'm gonna go with my first instinct.
All right, that's low. So that means that he's going to attack you.
Dang it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good thing for a second.
I see how it is. You want him to attack Mason.
So he will make an attack. Hits AC 5 for 6 damage. What is your armor class? Ooh, your armor class is 8. Okay, Amy. Big moment here. These two big fangs just come out and bite into you. And the first thing that happens is you take 6 points of damage. And the second thing that happens is that you get the opportunity to make a saving throw against poison.
You can do it.
Oh!
You can't do it!
Okay. Let's see how long this thing takes to take effect.
Jason is very inspirational.
Yeah, if you have inspiration, you can try it again. Or if you don't have inspiration, if somebody else has inspiration, they can.
I used my one inspiration a while back when I was about to die because people were healing me.
Okay.
Where's the inspiration thing kept?
I put it next to class level in the second class area.
Yeah, so that's where
Jason
they
and our cleric should have one because we started off with one.
Yeah, Mason and Conrad should each have one.
I'll give her mine.
Okay, so Amy, go ahead and try to make that save again. Oh,
damn, girl.
Okay, Amy.
One time I want to roll high.
Actually, Mason, you're close enough to see the effect here. You see, like, just at the top of the mandibles, you see sort of this, like, little flexing of the jaws. And Amy, you can feel this vile poison pumping into your wound. And when the fangs come out, Mason, you can see some of Amy's blood on the fangs, but you can also see black droplets oozing from them.
Yeah.
Black droplets of spider venom. And Amy does not look so good.
Well, I have healing.
This would be a bad time to pull out a vial and just collect the poison, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Amy, you are now on a 10-minute timer. If somebody cannot remove or cure the poison, Amy is just going to die because she failed that saving throw.
Twice.
So that's what giant spiders do in this edition of the game. Levrux doesn't have to move. So Levrux is just going to do a 1, 2, 3. Let's do 1 and 2 will be Albon, 3 and 4 will be Conrad, 5 and 6 will be Sildar. Oh, Conrad. Okay, so the giant spider is going to try to bite Conrad. Oh -1. Okay, so that's 4 points of damage to Conrad, and then Conrad needs to make a saving throw.
Does Conrad have armor?
Yes.
Yes.
I guess I don't quite understand how if it's hitting a -1.
Yes.
How it works.
Because remember, the lower the number, the better the armor class. So if it hits a -1, that would hit somebody wearing full plate, magical full plate with a shield.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. So, hey, okay, all right. The spider bites into you,
I don't get a death buddy.
and you can see you can see that it tries to start injecting venom, but you knock it away, and the black spray of the venom just goes flying onto the ground somewhere, and this is going into Conrad's veins.
Yeah.
So, Conrad has successfully saved. All right. Now, we are getting ready for the second round of combat, so I'm going to clear that. I am going to take Mason off. Would Amy or Conrad like to roll initiative this time for the party?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Nice. So, the spiders get a 3. Conrad gets a 7. Excellent. So the party goes first, and we're back to the top of the order. Okay, you guys as PCs do not need to do morale checks. So now you can move. Does anybody want to move? And remember, in this edition, there's no opportunity attacks. So if you want to step out of melee range, you won't get bitten as a consequence of stepping away from the monster.
I kind of yell at Amy, just step back, get out, go away.
I can still fight. I will be fine.
Just get out of range.
That probably would be smart, wouldn't it?
Duh.
Mason.
Okay. And then Mason, do you want to move?
With a spider in my face. Yes. I want to move over here.
Okay.
Just left me wide open.
Well, I thought you were moving.
Yeah, you have up to 30, 40 feet you can move.
I mean, how far can you sling spells?
Well, and even if she's out of spell, she's got a sling, so she can shoot from range. All right, so Mason, she moved back. You can move down where you were if you want to.
Okay. Well, I know this is kind of.
Can I not use magic missile again?
How many spell slots do you have at this level?
I think.
And how many times did you memorize magic missile?
Forgot about that part. Oof. Okay, we're out of magic missile.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
And I don't think I can charm these things. Oh, no, I didn't save charm. Never mind.
Let me see here real quick. What do I have? Okay, nothing. Oh. So I, as I'm trying to move back enough to push Amy out of the way before I make my move, can I? What would it take for me to be able to reach into my pouch, pull out my potion of healing, and hand it to Amy?
That would basically, in this edition, feeding a potion or giving a potion to somebody. You're holding a weapon that requires two hands, so you'd have to kind of do something with your bow. You'd have to do. I'd say that trying to do all of that would be, you can move and give her the potion, or you can move and get in position to shoot.
Okay. How about if I'm moving backwards, I can yell at Amy to reach in the bag and take the potion?
Yeah, you could
okay.
do that.
As I'm kind of getting into place. So
yeah,
as we're backing up, I kind of not really yell, but instruct Amy to reach into my bag and pull out my healing potion and take it.
Okay.
Can I still cast a spell if I take the potion?
No. You would have to choose between casting a spell this round or taking a potion this round.
Okay, Mason, don't die taking the potion.
Okay. So
yeah. Right. Mason, you can either go back to where Amy was or you can go there. Okay, so you're there. Conrad, you're standing pat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to move Barker up to the other spider?
We can move Barker up to the other spider so he can get in position to attack. All right. Ranged weapons. Mason, I presume you're going to shoot again?
I am. Pew pew. All right. Since I'm still within range.
Armor class 9. Okay, that's going to miss. So that flies over the spider. Then we have spells. Amy, you're going to try and... Oh, well, I guess, Amy, if you're not going to do a spell, you could do your ranged attack if you want to with your sling.
Gotta find the sling. There it is.
Yeah, you're... Yep. Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, that'll hit for 2 more damage. So, plink. You hit that guy. No spells this time. So, Conrad, Silbar, Albon, and Barker can all swing at their respective spiders. So I'll go ahead and attack for... Okay, armor class 11, that's going to miss. I'll attack for Sildar. Armor class 7, I think that just misses. Yeah, armor class 7 just bounces off of his chitin. Let's see, Barker. Barker will attack with a battle axe. That misses. And Albon, where are you, Albon? There you are, Albon. He'll attack. And gosh, miss. Okay, everybody misses. And then the spiders are up. Okay, so Kazis just has one attack. He's got Barker in front of him. So he's going to try to bite. AC 8, which is a miss. And then Levrux is going to do that D6 thing again. Same thing. 3 or 4, it's going to Conrad. Oh my gosh. Conrad, he's trying to bite you again. Giant spider. This time he misses. Only hits an AC 15. So you have much better armor than that. All right. Okay, so that's the end of that round. So I guess, Amy, you get to roll initiative this time for the party.
Should be interesting.
Okay. Spider this time gets a 6, and Amy gets a 3. Okay, so the spiders go again. The spiders do need to make. They do need to make another check. Once again, we're gonna see what they have. Oh, 5. 5 for their morale. They are still going to stay in the fight. So, Levrux is going to attack. This time he tries to attack Sildar. No, Albon. I'm sorry. So, tries to bite Albon. AC 7. That's going to miss Albon. And then the other one will try to attack Barker. AC 11. That will miss. Okay. That's the spider's turn. And now for the party. You guys can move if you want to. Okay, no movement.
Oh, hang on, sorry. Come on, wake up. For some reason, things were not moving. Yes, I would like to. How much can I do to climb a wall? I've got a good climb skill. Something.
Yeah, the climb speed in this edition is half of your normal speed. The wall is 10 feet high, so basically you'll get 5 feet up the wall and then make your climb check. And because it's only 5 feet, if you fail, you'll just fall back to the ground and not be able to climb.
Okay.
If you succeed, you'll get up, but you won't take any damage that way. So let me get to Mason's character sheet, and you have that for your. So I will. So you're going to climb straight up the wall then?
Yep.
Onto this roof. Okay, you are successful. You successfully get to the roof. As you get to the roof, Mason is a slight, nimble character, but you can see that the tiles on the roof kind of is sagging a little bit. So
yeah. Well, I'm going to try to stay right at the edge. See, I was taking these to have like no roofs, so just outline like rubble. So
okay. No, they do have roofs. So
okay. So what I was hoping, is there a jump thing in here?
Oh, what is your jumping distance?
Doesn't say.
Okay, so.
Or I missed it.
Nope. So you have. That's the question before us is on how far can you jump? All right. So let's do this. Let's go. Right, movement. Oh. Jump. Jumping. Movement.
Might as well jump.
Okay, 87, 88, 103. Okay. Okay. I am gonna say here. Here's your jump speed or your jump distance. You're just trying to jump from a standing start. You're not running. So your base jump speed is half of your strength plus your dexterity modifier.
Half my
So
strength.
what is your strength is 13.
13.
Half of that would be 6. Your
Plus-
dexterity modifier is 2, so your base jump is 8.
That won't make it. There's 10 foot there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what is it with a running start?
With a running start of at least 20 feet, it's your full strength score plus your dexterity modifier.
Okay, well, I don't have 20 feet of running space.
Yeah, you don't have 20.
Okay, so
you can still shoot.
Is there webs like on this wall at the top, or is it inside?
The webs, if you see where the red outline is,
yeah,
the webs cover the whole area where that is. So if you get in there, you're
even
immediately going.
Even with a roof. There was a roof on this thing.
There's a roof on it. You can sidle over and stand above. I mean, you would be like I'm going to put you back, but if you got here on the roof, you would be above the webs. Standing here on the edge of the roof, you're above the web. If you were to try to go here,
okay,
then I would be in the web.
Okay, so how much movement do I have left once I'm on the roof?
Okay, took you 20 feet to get up to the roof. So 20 feet of your movement, basically. So what is your total movement is your total movement here is 30. So you have 10 feet of movement left.
Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over here to this corner where I'm going to have basically stand on the corner, but I'm now up high enough. So that's my movement. Sorry this took so long, guys.
No, that's all right.
That's my movement.
Amy, you're going to move or stay put?
I am staying here. A safe distance, I hope.
Conrad, you're going to move or stay put?
Here.
Okay. The other guys are staying put. Ranged weapons. So Mason, you can make your ranged attack if you wish.
Okay. So, going to go with whap and try to hit
AC 5. That will hit for 4 points of damage. You're going after the same guy?
Yep.
Okay, so... I forgot to do something last round. Actually, no, it wasn't last round. It is this round. After that hit, he is bloodied. So,
take that.
He is now bloodied, which means he has even worse morale check. Amy, are you going to do another ranged spell attack?
Yep.
Okay.
If this doesn't work, I'm doomed.
Okay. Put creatures to sleep for up to 16 turns. Will only affect creatures with 4+1 hit dice or less. And yes, now it's a 40 by 40 foot area. So, let me draw a box.
When it says creatures, does that include players?
Yes.
Creatures are, yes, all creatures.
You are a creature. I will wake you up if this works.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. All right, so that's a 40 by 40 box. You can put it in such a way that it will... Okay, I'm going to tell you something, so you might want to reconsider this. This does not work on hit points the way 5th edition does. This works on hit dice. So regardless of how many hit points a creature has, it's always going to affect the lowest hit dice creatures in the area first. So if you had a party member that was, let's say, a level 1 party member, it would affect them before it affected either one of the spiders. And then if there's enough hit dice left over, it would start affecting the next lowest number of hit die creatures, and then the next lowest number of hit die creatures, and then the highest number of hit die creatures once it uses up all of that. So the thing
I can't exactly make a square, but I do want to put it maybe around here.
Okay, so you
it doesn't affect anyone but the spider and maybe Conrad or Barker.
Okay, so actually you can put it there, and it would affect the spider, and it would not affect anybody else.
If the magic genie in the sky said so, then let's go for it.
Okay, so yeah, you can do that. Now the question is, you need to roll 2d8. And that's the number of hit dice of creatures you affect. Wow!
Oh my gosh.
Holy shit! Excuse my English.
Wow! Wow!
That's like once in a lifetime thing, you know.
Wow.
You need to play the lottery now.
About to buy a ticket online.
Amy, does Amy have her inspiration?
I used it a while back. I never got another one.
And then she used mine, so.
Okay, and then she used yours.
Did I get an inspiration for being that awesome?
No, I was just going to say it's really kind of not in the rules, but I was almost going to say that's worthwhile. That would be worthwhile, letting you use inspiration to see if that's really where you want your box. But since you don't have inspiration, we will...
If I moved it down, it probably would hit everybody else too.
Well, the thing is, with 16 hit dice, you'd have a really good chance of taking out, even though you might knock out several of your allies, you probably would have a good chance of knocking out both spiders as well. But what you have done is you have successfully put this thing to sleep. It just
fell over.
Its legs don't curl up, but it just sort of hunkers down and goes inert in front of Barker. So that's a successful use of the spell.
You should milk it for its poison.
Okay, and we have a timer running on.
But on who? Am I still dying?
Yeah.
Oh yes, you're still.
Well, I definitely need the poison then for the anti-poison, whatever it's called.
Okay, so that's the spell. Ranged weapons. Oh, we've already done ranged weapons. Melee weapons. So Barker will attack. Actually, Barker automatically hits, and he just is going to kill it. So
stabby.
Yep, and this thing is dead.
Wacky.
Conrad, you're gonna attack. You can attack that one, and then Alban and Barker. Or no, Alban and what's his name? Okay, AC 17. That's not gonna hit. Hey, well, that works. We're gonna get 4 points of damage off, and then Sildar will attack. AC 5, and he does 2 more points of damage. Okay, so, all right. Now, we're at the end of the round. So, we're back to, I think we're back to Mason. You can make another. Okay, 8. Excellent.
When did y'all get like +2s for initiative and stuff?
3. All right. So this spider may not even get another chance to have an initiative. So, movement. How do you guys want to redeploy? Barker is going to actually 5, 10, 15, 20 is going to run straight back to Amy since she is injured. Mason, do you want to move?
No, I will. I was going to.
You are within your short range for your bow, so you don't have to move.
I was gonna milk this spider so I can get the poison, so I can make like an antidote.
I was gonna yell at Barker to. I was gonna toss my bag down to Barker as my movement. Basically, just pull it off over my head, and before I pull the next arrow.
Oh, okay. Well, he can run over to you, catch your bag, and then run over to Amy.
And say that there's a healing potion inside. Make her drink it.
Okay. Didn't I already drink one earlier?
No.
Not yet. Not in this fight. You haven't. You guys talked about one, but
yeah. But then you were like, no, I can't cast a spell if I drink a potion. So.
Right. So, ranged attacks. Mason, you may shoot.
Thwackity thwack.
8. It just misses. Okay. Amy, I think Amy's used all of her spells, so there's no spells.
I have a spell, but I don't think it'll help here.
Okay. And then, last but not least, we have our contingent of melee. So Conrad can go ahead and attack, and the 2 men-at-arms will attack. Sildar will try to attack and misses, of course. And then Alban will try to attack. And Alban will also miss. Okay. So, miss. All right. Then the spider. Well, this spider really is in a bad way because its companion is dead and it is now injured. So it really has a low threshold? 10. Okay. Yep. 10 is too high. It immediately, let's see, what is the movement? Okay. The movement, it shoots out a web at this tree, and it just leaps over to this tree, and then it shoots out another web to this tree, and it leaps to this tree, and it shoots out another web to this tree, and it leaps to this tree. It, as long as it can go by web, it has. Just make sure that that's. Oh yeah, that's. Oh yeah, and it actually then jumps down to the ground,
and there's no attack of opportunity or anything.
Nope. It scuttles away and runs off into the woods. And the encounter is over.
Yay.
So, yes. Now this area here, this area outlined in red, still has webs in it, and it will have webs until such time as you get as you can burn them away or otherwise let them dissolve. Sildar will say, "Was anybody bitten?"
I'll point out, Her Excellency was.
Oh, and Sildar will look at Conrad and say, "Did any of its venom get in you?"
It did. I saw it.
Not me.
Okay, that not into Conrad, but into Amy. So Sildar comes running over and fishes a potion out of his pack and sees Barker looking, and Barker says, "All I can find in here is a healing potion."
Oh, there are 2 Sildars.
Huh?
I am high off poison. Just.
Oh, okay. And Sildar says, "Okay, well, she's wounded, so she might need the healing potion, but we've got to get that poison taken care of." And he will reach into his pack and he will pull out a healing kit. And he has a bottle that has an ointment in it. And he pulls the ointment out and he smears it on a rag. And he says, "I'm sorry, Your Excellency, but this is going to hurt." And he shoves that rag into the wound. And it hurts. It hurts as bad as that thing hurt when it bit you. And he begins kind of grinding that ointment into the wound that you have, and it stings like crazy. But even as it stings, it's kind of a cleansing feeling sting, and as bad as it hurts, you can sort of feel some of that clinging sting start to spread from where he's working. And the rest of you, Mason, it's a 10-foot thing, so you can just kind of, I'm going to say with your climb, I'm not even going to make you make a climb check to climb down.
Oh, that's nice of you.
You can use that between the tree right next to the wall and the roof. You can sort of shimmy your way down.
Okay.
And Conrad, as long as you go around the web area, you guys can get over to where Amy is. But Sildar works for about a minute, and he throws away 2 or 3 rags, and he gets more ointment on here. And at the end of that minute, Amy, you no longer feel like you're dying, because he has an ointment that effectively works as a potion of cure poison. So,
is the pain done?
Oh no. It's gonna sting for a while.
Okay, just leave me here to die. I'm just gonna lay down on the ground and stay there.
Don't be so dramatic.
That's half my personality.
And once that's done, they realize that you're not in any danger of dying right away, and so Barker will he will ask you if you want to use the healing potion, or if he would prefer that he just dress your wound and let it start healing normally. Let it start healing on its own.
Save the potion. It could be important later. Just leave me here on the ground so I can die peacefully.
He says, I will do that as soon as I dress the wound. And he gets some clean gauze and clean bandages. And as he dresses the wound, now that starts to feel better. When he gets some bandages on there, gets it covered so it's not open to the air anymore, that even though the bandages have a little pressure on it, it actually is kind of a pressure that feels good on that, where that soreness of that wound is. So you realize when he gets finished bandaging you up that, oh, you're probably not going to die after all.
I've already dug this hole. I'm just going to keep digging it further. Too dramatic.
Meanwhile, people are just sitting there staring at you going, and this
woe is me. I see a light.
This is what we want for our Empress.
Okay, and the fight is over. So I'm going to go ahead and let me see. I'm going to clear the initiative. And I'm also going to
milk the spider.
That we have, we can do that after our break. We've got, it's almost 40 after, so let's go ahead and come back at 50 after the hour. I will go ahead and put the music on and the slate up, and everybody take a little bio break, grab something to eat or drink if you need it, and we will be back. And chat, thanks for hanging out with us this evening. We will go ahead and get our break going. And where's our music? That's what I'm missing. Music. Okay. And I'll be back in a few minutes.
too bad. So I was like, hey, we're gonna take a break. And I was like, oh, I gotta go. Anything? Any special items? I don't know why my microphone wasn't working. The other guy didn't show up. The other guy didn't show up, and there's supposed to be another new player, but they didn't show up either. So
Nobody loves us. Everybody hates us. We're gonna eat worms.
3 NPCs that come along with our group too, though. 2 of them are just fighters. One of them, I think, the DM uses him as kind of a guy that just happens to have whatever we might need. Like this one person got fighter poison. He just happened to have empty order.
Hey, Conrad. Jason. Jason.
Well,
Your microphone is still on.
I think the 2 fighter guys, the other guy does not. He doesn't know what controls that.
You know, if that chair is not comfortable enough, you could take that out.
My kitty. I know you want. What? Me, me, me.
Okay. I see on the Discord that Amy's status.
Yeah. There are days I feel like that.
Yes.
Just getting drug around by the the merry-go-round of life.
Even without a giant spider biting you, some days feel like that. All right. So, Mason, you're safely down on the ground.
Yeah.
And Amy, I think miraculously, has a notion that she can miraculously revive because there's poison that needs to be gotten from this spider.
As soon as I know the spider, I'm going right back to the ground. Not doing anything else today. I've done my job.
Okay, so as long as as long as whoops, come on. There we go. Right. As long as Amy is able to be up there, you can make a. Let's see, what skills does Amy have? Healing, deception, bargaining, persuasion. Yeah. Okay. I think we'll let this be a healing check, because you know that venom is something that you can use to make an antidote. So go ahead and make a. Okay. Yes, you are able to carefully cut into the sides of this thing's mandibles and find the poison sacs. It has 2 poison sacs. Each one holds, you would estimate when full, each one holds probably about a cup of or 8 ounces of fluid. Now it's kind of all squishy membrane, and the fluid is sort of all in that membrane, so there's going to be some processing to get it all out. But when you get those 2 poison glands out, they feel like they're about halfway depleted. So you probably have about 4 ounces of usable poison in each gland, which is going to be enough once you process it to probably synthesize a couple of potions. But you might have to do some alchemy or find somebody that has some skill with alchemy that can do that. But yeah, you've got that. And is there anything else we want to do with the corpse of the spider?
I can always cut off the head and empty it out and run around with it on my head.
I want one of the fangs and I want to wear it as a necklace.
Okay, so you can take a fang, and yeah, if Mason wants to remove the head.
There's a series of books out there that are a bunch of real life people that supposedly get sucked into a D&D type game.
Oh, okay.
They kill this big ant, and so one guy puts it on his head, cuts off the head, and then wanders around with it on his head.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Say what?
The Ant King.
It's like Critical Failure, I think, is called the series of books. It's hilarious.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I don't do anything like that.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say you could take the head now and process it later if you really wanted it. But all right. So we leave the rest of it there. Just make sure you're careful about this area that's red, because that's going to be. You can either take some torches and burn the webbing away, or you can just avoid it for now, and you guys probably would have read, or Sildar would know enough to be able to tell you that in a few hours the webbing will sort of dry out and dissipate and won't pose a bother anymore. So it's up to you whether you want to do anything about it or just go around it for now.
I guess the thing is if Amy is out of bells, pretty much.
I have one left.
Yeah. And she's also recovering. Do we want to find a place to hole up for the night and go after the Banshee/zombies tomorrow or something in the daylight?
I will leave that decision up to you guys because I'm just going to lay here on the floor.
Okay, then.
I can see a light. Wait, no, that's the sun.
I can see the light. It's drawing me. No, wait, that's the sun. Never mind.
We're good.
Okay. Well, you know the contents of 3 buildings at least. No, actually, you know the contents of 5, and I'm going to say 6 buildings because 2 people have now pointed out to you where the Banshee is. So you kind of know where that is. You know 2 houses that have the little creatures that you gave some cloaks to.
Yeah, we could always go back there and have them do night watch for us.
Yeah, and they pointed out actually 2 places. So now that's 2 places where the stinky dead things are. And then you know where the dragon is. And they have told you, the little creatures told you, and the dragon sort of indicated when you were talking to him that he usually goes hunting at night. So yes, you would probably want to get inside something that has a roof. And now you know that there were 2 spiders in this building here.
Don't want to chance one coming back. The one that ran away.
Okay. Don't want to chance that one coming back. So you guys hurt it pretty badly. So you know, based on how long it takes your wounds to heal, you know it's going to be a few days before it's back in full fighting shape. And who knows if it has any babies around anywhere.
We're just going to nope out on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yeah, where would you, if you all are done for the day, where would you like to go to try to find shelter?
I think we'd be better off.
Do you trust those creatures we've met, or should we see if we could find a more secure building that wasn't inhabited by anything?
I trust the dragon with my life, so I'm gonna head towards the dragon. Roll on the path.
I basically say, well, we can always trade those cloaks for them to keep an eye out while we rest tonight. Just say if they do that without us coming to harm, they get to keep the cloaks.
Okay, so we have potentially splitting the party here.
I'll stay with everybody, but
okay.
I really want to pet the dragon again. Another day.
Okay, so we have 1 vote for the little creatures. Sildar, Barker, and Alban, they say, well, you know, that place had a roof on it, and we did help them. From what I gather from what Mason was saying, They told us about the spiders. What did they say about the spiders? Because they don't speak chaotic. So
they just basically said that they were over in this direction, and so was the smelly, stinky things.
Okay, so, well, maybe if we tell them we've taken care of the spiders, that would might mean something to them.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we want to do that, that probably seems like as good a place as any, and we can ask them if we keep a lookout and keep our ears open to see if that dragon goes hunting tonight, we can then find out what these people know. Talk to them, because they will probably, they sound like they're more nocturnal creatures, so they may go visiting other friends in the village at night. Who knows?
Yeah, I think that's about as good a thought as any. So, I'm just personally, I think that it would be easier if we had others to also help, kind of keep an eye out for things, so to speak.
Yeah, don't forget that Sildar, Barker, and Alban will also take watches. And if you also think maybe having allies in the village to help watch would be good, that would.
Okay.
That's fine.
That's fine.
All right.
And
All right.
if Amy wants to go hang out with the dragon, she can go hang out with the dragon.
I think
that's her
she's gonna
call.
do that.
Bye.
What? Hello?
Okay. Amy heads off that way. All right. Well, let's resolve this with Amy first. Okay, Amy, as you come up that, and Sildar looks at Alban and Barker and looks at Conrad and Mason and just shakes his head like, nope.
Mm-mm.
Not going over there.
Not only no, but hell no.
Okay, so Amy, as you get over here, you see there is a door here. You remember that from the tower there was not a door that you all saw on the tower, but there is a door into this building that is adjacent to the tower. And these walls, if you remember, are about 15, 20 feet high. So what do you do as you get to about there?
Obviously, I'm going to try the door. Because the simplest way is sometimes the right way.
Okay. You get to the door and you try to open it? Or do you try to knock on it?
Knocking is more polite. I'll knock on the door.
Okay. You knock on the door. And then you hear a rumbling voice, and I guess everybody in the village can hear the voice. It says, "Go away."
I had to
No, thank you.
touch her. Ooh.
I'm sorry, what did Amy say?
I said no, thank you.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay, well, you hear some movement, and then you see two big claws and a head poke up over the edge of the tower, and it looks, and it says, "You're back." You have been injured. What did you think you would find here? A doctor?
Well, I'm fine. I'm healed. But it would be nice to sleep on a dragon.
Then, okay.
Small one. I said that you and your friends amused me. That does not mean that I like you. It means that I find you useful. As long as you bring me tribute or find me a place that I can call my own, like a castle. That does not mean I wish to have house guests.
I can't do that if I'm not well rested. So,
well, there's a whole village. Find
that have it's infested with spiders. So no, thank you.
And it looks over. It looks across the village and it says, "You seem to have taken care of the spiders over there. I took care of the spiders in this building. I think you can stay in the building where those spiders were."
Covered in cobwebs, can't even enter.
Are you going to expect me to believe that an adventurer of your caliber does not have torches? Webs burn, you know.
I'm going to check my pockets.
Now, I will tell you that you are making me nervous.
Nope, no torches, not at all. Definitely no torches here.
Okay, so a deception
I have like
roll.
6.
Yeah, deception roll of 2 out of 14. He narrows his eyes. He says, "And none of your companions have torches?"
What if they need them? Be rude to ask.
I will tell you what's rude. What's rude is not doing what you are asked to do by a dragon.
He didn't really ask, he more of demanded, but
small one, you are starting to annoy me. I don't think you would like me very much if I get annoyed, because I start to get hungry when I get annoyed.
well, did you eat the donkey yet?
No.
Well, that solves the problem. There you go.
The flesh of those that go on 2 legs is far sweeter than the flesh of those that walk on 4.
There's also a human on top of the donkey, so I think that also solves the problem.
Human, I am not pleased with you now. I suggest that if you do not want to know what a cloud of poisonous gas feels like, you should move away. I will give you until the end of my count. 5.
And no dragon.
4.
We're just gonna come back with you very sad.
And then the dragon says out loud, speaking so that all of you and anyone that's in any of the houses in the village could hear this, says, the next person that interrupts me gets breathed on without warning. Do I make myself clear?
It's a very interesting threat.
And then clump, 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 clump. And then it goes over there and it does that thing where it turns around like 3 or 4 times and then finally lays down.
And puffs.
All my hopes and dreams are gone.
All right. So Sildar just puts his palm on his forehead and just sort of shakes his head. It's like, one day, Empress, one day when you have your throne and all of your power, I think you may be able to get dragons to bow before you, but it's not yet today.
But one day.
One day, if you live long enough. If we all live long enough to see that day. All right. So, you guys were heading over to talk to the kobolds?
Something like that. Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Okay.
So,
So all right. So we'll go with the NPCs. We'll come over here. All right. So Mason, you're gonna start talking with the kobolds.
Yep.
Oh, you're back.
Hi. So, you still like those cloaks?
Yeah. And they look at Conrad. They say, "Oh, got hurt."
A little. So here's a bargain for you. You like to bargain? I like to bargain.
Yeah.
You get to keep the cloaks if you allow us to stay here overnight while you're out doing your thing and help guard us while we rest so that we can go take care of the banshee and possibly the sneaky yucky people tomorrow. We did take care of one spider and chase the other one off.
Oh.
So I think maybe that could earn us a little bit of a quiet time to rest and recover if you guard our back.
And they all talk with each other in their own language. And then this other one, Tagla speaks up and says in Chaotic, says, "Oh, well, crowded in here. Not good here, but we know another house where our friend live by herself. We asked her you stay there, and
Just went robotic. We missed part of that.
Oh yeah, all right. And I heard the roboticism when you're in too. Basically, say they don't have a whole lot of room here, but they have a friend who lives by herself in another house and suggest that maybe you could stay there if one of you will go with them. They will walk you over there and introduce you to her.
I kind of look back at the others, kind of give a shrug and like, okay.
Yeah, they basically point down here to the same house where Amy went and in and saw that there was another kobold there. So, all right. So somebody will go with Tagla. Tagla will talk to Van. Van will bring her stuff over here, and then you guys as a party, you could have this house to yourself for the evening. And one or two of the kobolds will come over. But you basically get opinion, Mason, that the kobolds have all their possessions in that house over there, and so they really don't want strangers in there because they're still not sure how much they can trust you, and they don't want to come back in the morning and have you gone and have taken all their stuff with you.
I'm like, hey, that's fine. We'll stay over here, but can you guys help put up a guard for a little while?
Oh, we'll be talking to friends at night, but we'll stop by and check on you from time to time, and we'll tell our friends to stop by. Maybe we can have somebody over there at all times. If not from our house, then from one of the other houses.
Well, if we I realize that this is a little moment of trust here, but you could easily kill us, take off with the red cloaks, but then then there would be people after you, and you don't want that. So I figure
you killed the spiders.
I figure we'll also be working, if you help get us some decent sleep, etc. We can go help take care of the stinky things tomorrow. Make your village even safer.
Okay, but just promise us this. You're not gonna go bother the monster again, are you?
Well, there's nothing saying that we can control the lady who did that.
Oh.
So we can try.
Where is the other lady? Is she okay?
She's fascinated with the creature that's in that building.
Dead inside and laying on the ground. All my hopes and dreams crushed.
Oh boy. All right, so kind of motion to everybody else going, come on, let's get settled for the night.
So these guys will come down over here, and then as evening falls, I am going to go reveal some things for you. As evening falls, you realize that there are some more of those creatures that are here, and you'll realize that there's some more of these creatures that are here. And then there are some more of these creatures that are here. Okay. So there's like a whole village worth of these little creatures living in different houses throughout the village, and they it's probably an hour or two after sundown that you hear they all kind of you don't see hide or hair of these creatures for a couple of hours after sundown. And then I'm just going to say that between you all taking watches or whatnot, you hear or you notice a great huge flapping of wings from over by the tower. And then there's actually the sound of rushing wind. Woof, 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 woof.
How much of a roof is on this thing?
It's about it's mostly intact except for where this tree is growing up through the house. And the dragon flies kind of more or less over and beyond the house and then off into the distance. And heads kind of towards kind of in the direction that you all sent the dwarf on the mule.
Gotcha.
So that is, and then about 5 minutes after that, you hear the excited pattering of little feet and a couple of people, from the village come around. A couple of these creatures, like, hey, hello, thank you for killing the spiders. And they said, we brought you some snacks. And they bring some food. And the food that they bring is, well, it's meat. Exactly what kind of meat is unsure.
Probably spider meat.
It's meat that has been toasted, but it probably wasn't preserved at all before, between the time it was butchered and the time it was cooked. So its quality of it is probably a little questionable. But they have that, and then they have some a few berries and some nuts that they have, and there's like some cracked wooden bowls that they've got that they put those down, and they say, no, thank you for killing the spiders. You can have some of the food if you want it. We'll get the bowls and before we go hiding before the monster gets back.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Monster will be gone for a few hours, so we have some time to go visit our friends and go hunting. And I say just stay in the house if you can. You should be safe, and somebody will be here watching the doors overnight.
Okay.
Or at least until we notice the monster coming back.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I guess we'll see you when we see you.
Okay. All right. And the you guys can take watches if you want. We'll say that everybody gets a full rest. So those of you who are injured, everyone who has an injury can add 1 hit point to your total. Because in this edition of the game, you recover 1 hit point per night of rest without any attempt to heal. You can, of course, attempt to do healing, and if that healing check works, you can speed that up, or you can use healing potions if you want to. If you want to try to heal up. So Sildar is at 23, and by my count, Conrad is up to 5, and Amy is up to 11 at the moment.
I use my healing skill to try and get a few more back.
Yes, so you can use the healing skill on yourself. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Amy. I didn't see that earlier you had tried the healing check. So that healing check, I presume, was on yourself. Go ahead and roll a 1d3, and we'll see how many points you gave yourself back. 2. All right, so now you're at 13 out of 16 instead of 11 out of 16. Okay, my apologies. I didn't see that before. So Conrad, if you go to the skills and click the little thing, it should. Okay, 14 or less. All right, so now you can do. If you know how the Roll20 works, where you do the /R space 1d3, then we will see how many hit points you are able to give yourself back. Okay, 1. So all right, so you're back to 6 out of 8. Now, if you would like, Alban, Sildar, and Barker all have the healing skill. They could try to heal you. The caveat is if they roll a natural 20, they will wind up causing you more damage. But if they roll a natural 1, it will be 2d3 that they will heal instead of 1d3.
One of them can try and heal me.
Okay, so let's see, Alban.
I was gonna say I can do it too. I've got the healing skill.
Okay.
I think everyone does.
I just like to make sure the player knows what the
Gotcha.
benefits and risks are before we just have people start rolling willy-nilly. So Alban. Okay. Alban, just that first one counts for Alban. So he matches his skill, which is a success. So you get 2 more. So Conrad is back to full.
Thank you.
All right. So Conrad is back to 8. Sildar will try to heal himself and see what happens. Okay, that'll work. He is up to 24. All right, and he says, I should be good. And then somewhere about 4 hours after the dragon left, you all, the creatures, they all start to get a panicked look, and they just wave to you, and they all scramble away. And when they do, it's not very much longer before you hear the rushing of wind in the sky, and you hear this whoosh, 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 as the dragon comes back and goes and lands back in his tower. And actually, as the dragon goes by, you all hear a thud outside.
A thud outside.
Yes. And
that's not ominous or anything.
And then when you check, you see that you guys remember that you gave Grista, you placed a large mask on her. You see about half of that mask looks like it's been torn in half by something, and that it's kind of coated with some sort of it looks like it's been damaged by some kind of caustic acid or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just there on the ground outside the house.
Interesting.
Oh. All right, and
don't have to worry about her coming back.
Yeah, we are at time, so we will go ahead and deal with the Banshee next week, and then see if you guys want to deal with the undead at all that are in the village. Thank you guys for coming and playing, and I did something a little bit different tonight, which is during the session I was sort of keeping track of what we were doing. So now I need to tally up the rest of the hit points or the rest of the experience, and I will go ahead and get that to you guys in a few minutes. So, Jason, anything that you have coming up, any other streams or anything you have coming up between now and next Saturday that you want people to know about?
I know of.
Okay. All right. And tomorrow at 2 p.m. on this channel, we'll be back for another episode of the Walker of Waterdeep. Monday night at 8 p.m. we'll have Monster Monday, and Thursday at 8 p.m. we will have the Sword Coast Chronicles. So
just gonna ignore the ominous laugh from Gooney, huh?
Yes, they're in the middle of a big fight in that game right now.
Yeah,
so.
We're gonna get our asses handed to us. So stay tuned, folks. Come by and watch us get our butts kicked.
Be optimistic.
Well, that's the thing is that in that game, it sometimes feels that way, but I have yet to find, when I tune a fight, I have yet to find enemies that ought to be a challenge that will actually overwhelm the party. Early on, there were a couple of times that I didn't tune the fights very well, and oh crap, okay, yeah, that was a little bit too much for them. But since I've been tuning it, the party can take a lot. That party is very resilient and very creative and has a lot of
Gooney's in it, so I assume so.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm the backup. I'm the bard.
Bard is the best one.
So I stand in the back and go, okay, inspiration.
Yeah, but those little D8s that get handed out, they come in handy, and yeah.
And of all things, I'm playing like the worst type of character you can possibly, a Minotaur bard.
Well, definitely.
But I'm doing it rather well, though, I think.
Yeah. Definitely we can say that you did not go for the min-max on that, which is good. I always like it when people think of, okay, how can I do something a little bit different?
Well, and this is the first time I've ever played a bard, so I'm like trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing.
All right. Well, chat, thank you guys for being with us and hanging out. We will go ahead and let you go. Hope you will join us here next Saturday, 7:30 Eastern, for another episode of the Lost Mine of Original D&D. Take care, everybody, and good night.
Good night.